Are we on? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You guys, it's a new year, it's a new month, it's a new chance to start things fresh. So for today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. Usually I'm all about the beauty and styling and all of that stuff, but today I wanted to do something a little bit different. Shake it up a little bit. Also, if you hear anything in the background, there are children playing in our pool outside. It's all good. I'm not here to ruin their day and go out and be an old lady and tell them to shut up, although I would love to because they're being so loud, but I'm not gonna do that. It's a new year and it's a new me. All right guys, so today's video is going to be all about setting goals and keeping goals. These are just a few of my personal tips and things that I've used to set goals throughout my life and then how I keep them. Because setting a goal is one thing, keeping them is another. One thing that I've always loved about New Year's is that it gives us the opportunity to reflect back on the last year. Maybe there are some things that we could do better. Maybe there are some things that we intended on doing and we just didn't get to. The new year is a great time to sort of refresh, reset, hit that reset button, bloop, and it's a great starting point for new goals, which leads me to the purpose of this video, how to set goals and keep them. So if you want a couple of great tips on setting goals and how to keep them, then continue watching. Let's do it. Tip number one. Oh, that's a two. That's a two. Tip number one, learn how to count. Tip real number one, write it down. Write it down. I know that you've probably heard this one before and it's like, okay, but like, is this really gonna help me? The truth of the matter is there have been a ton of studies done and I'm not gonna tell you all of the percentages and all of that stuff because you can go look that up and I'm not here to quote anyone. I am no psychologist. I am no scientist. But I will say that there have been a lot of studies done that have proven that people who write their goals down are more likely to actually achieve these goals than those that don't. And this is just coming from a personal experience. I feel like whenever I write my goals down, I'm really putting them out there and I am sort of giving these goals life. When you write your goals down, you can also check back and see in a couple of months, what were my goals in January? Have I fallen off of those goals? Did I forget them? In the craziness of life, sometimes we have these great ideas and then life happens and we forget what our goals even were. So make sure you are writing your goals down. Figure out what exactly they are. And this actually brings me to tip number two. Be specific. The more specific you are, the easier it will be to figure out the steps you need to take in order to achieve these goals. For example, instead of saying, I want to be healthy, you can say, I'm gonna stop eating fast food. That's a very easy, measurable, very specific goal to set yourself. You know, if you're going through that Taco Bell line, you are not being healthy. You are not choosing to move towards that goal. Or you could say, I'm gonna go to the gym 4 days a week. These are specific examples of how you can achieve the goal, the greater goal of being healthy. It's very important for you to have these specific goals. That way it's a little bit easier for you to measure whether or not you're achieving them. Which brings me to tip number three. If you're a very visually driven person and you learn visually and you're more stimulated by things visually, having something that physically tracks your progress can be extremely helpful and extremely rewarding. One thing that I did at the beginning of the year is I decided to live a healthier lifestyle overall. That means going to the gym, eating healthier, just generally making better decisions. One way that I was able to track my progress is I got this little calendar from Target, the Holy Land. I picked this up and I just decided I wanted to break a sweat every single day. I wanted to go to the gym, go hiking, do something that I knew was going to be active and more active and get my heart rate up. So I went and got this calendar. Because I'm a visual person, crossing the days off has been incredibly rewarding. It's a lot like when you have a to-do list and you cross off that thing that you've done and it's so rewarding. You're like, yeah, I'm getting things done. I'm an adult, I'm adulting. That's exactly the same concept as this little calendar. So if you're visual, go get yourself a calendar. Or if you can't go get a calendar, take a piece of paper out, write the calendar, days, X amount when you go and do that, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're trying to break a habit, X out the days that you have gone not doing that whatever thing you're trying to break a habit of. If you are trying to create a habit, which by the way takes 30 days according to studies, it takes 30 days to break a habit or create a habit. So yes, the calendar is amazing and it just gives you that extra sense of satisfaction when you're crossing off or you're Xing out that day. You're just like, yes, I did it. Tip number 4, start small. You wanna have big goals, and of course we all wanna have, you know, those very lofty goals that we all wanna reach, but it is a great idea to start small and give yourself small goals that could potentially lead up to that bigger goal. The one thing you don't wanna do is try and make big, huge, sweeping character changes overnight, because those are definitely a little bit harder to keep up. Reflect on the last year and think to yourself, what changes would I have made last year to reach the goals that I had last year? Taking myself, for example, eating healthier also included me having to subtract a lot of things from my diet. One of those was to stop drinking soda. I'm a huge Diet Coke person, and I knew that that would be a very small goal and something that I could easily do throughout my week to sort of reach that higher, bigger goal of eating healthier. So I completely cut back on drinking all sodas. The next week I cut out sugar and so on. It's just sort of been small goals that I've been able to set for myself, so it's not this huge dynamic change in my lifestyle where I completely shock myself and my system, and then a lot of times you just revert back to those old habits because they're much more comfortable than stepping so incredibly far out of your comfort zone. We are trying to set ourselves up for success, and this is one of the best ways to do it. All right guys, tip number 5, and this is a really important one, being able to reach out to your friends and your family. And you wanna make sure that who you're reaching out to is somebody that has your best interest at heart. If you're having a moment of weakness, I wouldn't necessarily go to that, you know, work colleague who is also trying to eat healthier, but is also the one that's asking if you want a piece of pizza from Sbarro. Probably not the person you want to go to. You're going to want to go to your friends and your family and people who truly want to see you succeed and are happy for you when you reach these small goals, and you want friends that are motivating, and you want to reach out to your family or to your close friends. You can reach out to me. If you're saying to yourself, Michaela, I don't really have anybody like that. Well, that's not true, because I'm here for you, and you can reach out to me on anything and I will be more than happy to help motivate you and to keep you going towards your goals. I feel like having a community is a huge part of success in anything that we do in life. Last but not least, and you guys, this is the most important of all of the tips that I'm going to give you in this video. Tip number 6, go easy on yourself. Remember that a slip is not a failure. Making changes is hard. It's very difficult. If it were easy, then everyone would be doing it. If it was easy to work out and have a great body, then everyone would be doing it. If it was easy to play the trombone, then I would be sitting here playing the trombone for you guys. But the truth is, these things are not easy. Breaking habits are not easy, and creating habits are not easy. So just know that if you do slip or you do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You aren't completely thrown off track. There is definitely hope, and you can get back on track. Remember why you chose this goal and the value that it's going to bring to your life. The trick is not to never fail, never fall down. The trick is to always get up and get back in the game. All right guys, that's gonna be it for me today. Let me know if you enjoyed this video or if you'd like any more lifestyle tips or things like that. Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. I appreciate it so much, and I absolutely adore you guys. Hope you guys are all having a great week, and wishing you guys all the most amazing, wonderful, successful 2018. Bye.